With respect to the Barclays Tanzania franchise, a few years back, we took a strategic decision to really optimize our banking footprint in Tanzania. Barclays' association with Africa is over a century old. And I think the most important aspect to understand is our strategy has largely remained unchanged over the last 3 to 5 years. And our strategy has been to continue to grow all our franchises in Africa, grow our customer base, invest in infrastructure and technology to make banking simpler and to bring banking closer to customers and to make their experience with a brand like Barclays more world-class.
So branch optimization overall for Barclays Tanzania, and as you know, we've done it across Barclays Africa, is meant at looking at our overall branch channels, the coverage that we have, and what is the overall mix of channels that we are presenting to customers, both in terms of our branch network, the ATM network, and the electronic channels that we have. Open new branches in better locations, close marginal branches that are not profitable in other locations. So this is a dynamic process and it will continue. I think the optimization that we are talking about now was a very specific program that had a time bound, but overall, from an optimization perspective, this should be a continuous process.
Communication is very important. I mean, for example, right now with the PLC announcement, there are a lot of speculations out there that Barclays is closing down. So for an exercise like branch optimization, which requires closing branches and opening branches, it's very important and very key to make sure that you communicate the right messaging at the right time to the right stakeholders.
As banking environments get more sophisticated, we need to create a mix of channels. It's no longer just about the number of branches. It's really about the points of presence. When I say points of presence, the whole discussion around digital comes in. And we've got very strong digital assets in our business in Tanzania. And over a period of time, we want to give the customer the option to choose how he would like to bank with us. So to me, that's really the future that I see for Barclays Tanzania. Where we see an opportunity, we will create more points of presence.
We have to be very, very scientific about where do we put our branches and how efficient and how effective are we in terms of our presence in the country. One big objective is around cost and efficiency. What is our cost to serve? Are we placing our branches in the best locations to achieve maximum revenue and maximum input? So that is one big objective that we had. The other one, of course, is to look at service and the benefits that customers get from where we are located. You will know, for example, that in some of the new branches that we have opened, we are locating them in places based on the feedback we are getting from customers. We are actually in a far better location. We are improving the look and feel of the branches and making it better.
The customer satisfaction scores from that particular branch. I think finally for me what's very important is the colleagues themselves, which is under the hygiene factors around the environment of the branch in which they're working at. So those are the factors that culminate, the actual branch optimization project.
Another important objective that we had is to look at the quality of the branch itself, not just the location, but the quality of the look and feel. As you know, a number of our branches that we opened historically were not looking that good, had issues both from a customer perspective and also from a colleague perspective. And we had to work on how to make it better. So that was another important objective that we had as we set on the journey of branch optimization and BBT.
Before we do any optimization, we prepare scripts, for SMS scripts, we prepare media briefs, as well as emailers. So we have to ensure that all customers are aware that they're going to be moving or they're going to be optimized. They have to be clearly understanding that optimization is about the betterness of our brand, the betterness of them being able to bank well with Barclays.
So it's a combination of both country stakeholders and stakeholders from the Barclays Africa support structure. I think in country, key is the retail team, the branch business banking team, and then supported by the CRIS team, the marketing team, the project change team, together with legal. And I think also importantly that formed part of the steerco was compliance, given the regulatory interactions and involvement.
I have found that the external stakeholders, such as the regulators, are very supportive. I found the board of directors extremely supportive in BBT, and therefore the execution of the program overall, in my opinion, was quite positive. And we achieved a lot within a very short period of time because of that ability to work together. I really liked also the communication and marketing aspects of it.
We had a steerco where I used to chair the steerco. We used to have members from retail business. We used to have members from IT, legal, CRIS, sourcing, security. So the units which were part of the steerco really made this work easier, and we were able to implement on time.
Before branch closures, we make sure that all securities service are not removed until to make sure that all of the bank assets have been allocated to the Barclays warehouse or to another branches. And when we open the new branches, initially what we do, we go and do the security risk assessment based on the minimum security standard control requirement for minimize potential risk for our people's asset, premises, and reputation damage to the business operation as well.
In difficult trading times like what we go through today, there are very few financial institutions that have the ability to bring in fresh capital into their businesses. And I'm very happy that the Barclays Africa Group is a very highly capitalized entity. We've got our own excess capital. We are very well capitalized. We put in close to 20 billion Tanzania shillings to recapitalize our branch, to enable our businesses here to do more opportunity business with our clients in Tanzania.
On some of the leases and things, the cost assumptions that we made did not materialize because we couldn't get out of the leases quickly enough. And this is an important lesson really for any country out there that is doing significant branch optimization, to look at the detail and make sure that the cost assumptions and the business case assumptions that we are making stand up.
Dealing with the regulators, getting the board to actually understand why we're actually doing the branch optimization project, communication to obviously the colleagues, making sure they understand so it's not perceived negatively. I think for me the other big piece was around the the timing of branch optimization for us. We were basically 2 months after the PLC announcement, so that would have been, or would have actually given a very negative.
Number one was the challenges from the external vendors, the suppliers we were working with, contractors, consultants. We had major issues with them because they don't understand the standard and the momentum the way we work. So it was making sure that they hand over the site to you. They make sure that they run out the project according to your timelines on the sourcing perspective, where you want your vendors to deliver you the equipment on time, and it was taking time to do that. So there was lots of push from us to them, but ultimately we could manage to do it because it was a teamwork.
ensuring that the brand integrity is not lost and it is maintained throughout is very key to ensure that the smoothness of the branch optimization exercise is understood throughout the market and through the customer themselves.
Well, it was a brilliant idea. This is a new branch which resulted from optimization program. It's a consolidation of 4 branches. And before engaging on branch optimization, a detailed customer assessment was done by the bank. We're asking customers, especially high-profile customers, on the idea of establishing a new branch. And it has shown tremendous results. For example, for the past 6 years since we opened, we have been making profit, which is a very good sign. And on the recruitment of new to bank customers, we've been exceeding the targets. We have been opening an average of 100 and plus accounts against a target of 100 accounts.
At the first, it was not easy for us to accept that we are doing optimization and it won't affect us. But after training and get assisted or elaboration from HR, and then we realized it was something that has impact on our work and the way we work and our environment.
Safety and parking was more important to them as compared to the closed branches, which were first not very well commercially located. There was no parking, but with a new branch, we have ample parking space and safety, as you can see. So customers are happy, and that's why we started recording positive results since opening the branch.
Most of our former branches were not located where customers were supposed to be. So by doing optimization, we managed to position our branches where customers are supposed to be. People are happy with the environment. People are happy with the services we operate with them. So we gain public confidence after optimization.
But overall, I think the execution of BBT branch optimization, in my opinion, was excellent and was very well done.
And I think the most important piece is that the way, we've seen the benefits on how customers have reacted to why we've actually shifted and the changes that we brought about was very positive. And there are learnings from the exercise that we've done. We've completed it. So we're more than willing to share with the rest of Africa, some of our experiences in implementing, branch optimization. The success story around, branch optimization had overshadowed the PLC announcement that had taken place.
We didn't lose any customer. Rather, we've been increasing the customer base. Deposits. Per day, we are receiving more than $1 billion in terms of deposits. So we ended up retaining our deposits and customers themselves as a whole, which is a very, very successful story of branch optimization.